For the past few weeks, I have been exploring to find what is left of the old Kellerman Railroad that ran back and forth to Kellerman, Alabama. And I've even drug a few buddies down into the creek to help me find 3 of the 4 tunnels. This time I wanted to come down on the northern part of the creek down to a place where I believe was the old water tank for the old steam locomotives. I wound up getting into some trouble and flipping my bike into a creek and almost crushing me. Come along and you will see what I found.
Ho, ho, ho.
Moto Giant. As you can clearly see, this canyon is just as stunning as the parts that I've been through before. And as far as I can tell, this canyon has been untouched since the 1900s, save for the rail bed and the 3 tunnels on this section. And I just came to what appears to be an old bridge, maybe put in by the gas companies or the wells, and that's a gas line that's running to the left there. And for some reason I looked at crossing this, but I didn't see a way back on to the rail bed, so I just assumed that that was probably going to be a bad idea. But now when I went back and looked at it later, I could clearly see that people were jumping this gas line, and I was just using the bed to get down into the creek and cross. I don't know why it didn't make sense to me that maybe that was the better route to go, but I had decided to at least get up and get a closer look at what was clearly a bad idea. But that didn't stop me. I decided to go for it. I just needed to take a closer look of what looked like a vertical jump. I call these steps. This is a big step. And motorcycles were really not designed to make this kind of a a climb here. Um, the even the suspension on my bike was just pretty big, just not enough.
I knew better, but I thought, no, if I hit that thing just right, I'll lay it back over the top, and that's almost what happened. I just didn't have enough momentum and traction to keep it going over that hump, so it rolled back. I dropped the clutch and let it stall, hoping I knew the front was not going to hold me, but I hoped maybe that back wheel would hold me, and it did, except I was almost vertical with that front wheel, and as soon as that back wheel stuck, it went whoop. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but immediately I went, this thing ain't landing on me, and I went bam. As I'm going backwards like this, I just pushed it, and it was just enough for me to get out from under it. Well, pretty sure I got that on tape. Yeah. All right. Well, I truly believe that Hail Mary flipped the bike off of me, saved my ass. So now let me tuck my tail between my legs and get the fuck out of here. They have torn this shit up. Well, to smash my toe. The one that I almost cut off yesterday. Alright, well, that was certainly an adventure. Alright, where's my damn strap? So this is another good reason why you don't ride gnarly shit by yourself. I mean, yeah, just a suggestion, but I could have been pinned all day up under this bike. And that would have not been cool. Torque my handlebars. All out of whack. Oh. Yeah, looks like this bike is, or this creek is torqued up too. Oh. All right. Oh yeah, didn't even see that that's the way around. God damn it. Yeah. I gotta find me a tree. So obviously you can see that was an epic fail. It could have been so much worse. That is the reason why when you're riding gnarly shit, you really need to bring somebody with you to what I always describe as, okay, maybe they can't help you. Maybe you're gonna bleed out. Maybe you're falling down 200 feet into a canyon and they don't have any rope. But at least they can mark the spot where your body was last seen. And that was almost the situation back there earlier. As you can see, that was a fail. Smacked my foot. But man, I'm so lucky I'm not completely injured. And the only other thing, I got a broken turn signal. That's it, as far as I could tell. Oh, no, I got 2 broken turn signals. Fell on the right side. I believe this is the farthest point north I came by myself. We didn't come up here the other day because we had some injuries, but yeah, this is it. It's gotta be it. And I think that's shallow enough for me to cross it with no problem. So. Yeah, I'm gonna cross this creek. Go get some shots across the creek, the stuff that I've been wanting to get. Because across the creek, just right across the creek, less than 100 yards from this crossing here is gonna be what I think is the old water tower. So oddly, this thing follows the creek, the railbed follows the creek, but that was the first real crossing. I was expecting quite a few, but apparently back when they cut this bed, damn, I can't even think. So that surge of adrenaline, yeah, it's tough on a man. That surge of adrenaline is tough. I didn't hurt anything except my toe. I almost cut my toe off yesterday. Dropped a big ass magnet on it with bare feet, and it pumped, sort of bleeding like a stuck pig, bleeding all over the place. All right. Take a few minutes to catch my breath, get some water in me, and then I'm going across the creek. In case you don't know, I've been here before. I was a few hundred yards last Sunday few hundred yards away with the expedition team. The A team, baby. We were here. We just didn't come down this far because of all the calamity. But I think this is a replacement water tank. And I am betting that this, if not the exact location, pretty damn close to the old location of that wooden water tank that was owned by the original mine owners that built the M&O even before it became the G M&O. But this is a gas well tank, and I'm not sure what kind of equipment this is. I don't think it's a pump. But maybe there's a natural spring down here. Maybe that's why they put the damn thing in here in the first place. Maybe there's a spring that's fed by that big ass hill up here. So we just don't know. I mean, if it wasn't a spring, how did the railroad get the water up from the creek or wherever they were getting it from? I mean, I guess it could have been a well. They could have had a well over here. That makes plenty of sense. But I would be very curious to see if there's anything left of that old tank, because this platform is obviously built up. And on radar, it's obviously square, or LiDAR, I'm sorry. It's obviously square or rectangular on LiDAR, which is what drew me to the damn place in the first place. It's like, okay, yeah. That's where the old tank was. So this is all man-made. I mean, it's been washed away. And these old pipes, these can't be from turn of the century. They're in too good of a shape. But it's old pipe. And these trees could easily have sprung up since the 1900s. I think those pictures were either taken in the 50s or 60s, so still could have sprung up from that era too. Lots of old pipe sitting in here. I bet that's old pipe to drill this well or whatever the hell that is. Well, I'm not going to be disappointed because I am everything but absolutely certain that this was the site of the old water tank. There's the creek down there if you can't see through what I'm seeing. And I think at this point, I think I'm going to go pull the drone out and fly around, see what else I can see.
Like I was saying earlier, this place is simply stunning. I can't think of a single place that runs alongside a creek like this that you can ride motorcycles. I think just even walking down in here in this creek bed would be transformative to most people. Combined with the historical significance of this area and specifically this railroad, I think this is completely worth a trip down here if you think that you can get in here with maybe a four-wheel drive. I've had at least a few people contacted me wanting to know more details. And in a previous video, I also mentioned that there was some talk about making this into maybe a county park, which I think would be fantastic. It would probably kill all the opportunities for motorcycles and maybe even bicycles. It may just turn this into a walking trail. But I think having access to this amazing piece of landscape would be, I would be okay with losing it, simply because I think other people should be able to enjoy it too. I have been enjoying it since I was a young man in my early 20s. I came and explored this creek bed and the surrounding area. Everything outside of this creek has been stripped and raped and ruined. Most of it's been reclaimed, and it looks okay from a distance. As you can see some of those shots, you can see nothing but trees. Doesn't look that bad until you get up close to it, and you can see it's been transformed. The landscape has been definitely transformed. And here is the shot of where I think the old water tank that fed water to the old steam locomotives, and that is the platform that you can see on LiDAR. And from everything that I can tell from the old pictures, that looks like a platform that they built up to get out of the creek, probably back at the turn of the century. And you can see the markings here that tell you the story of what I'm suggesting, that this is the location of the old M&O rail water tank. But I don't know, I guess I could be wrong. What do you think?